Major cities in South Africa are facing a rodent problem. Johannesburg's suburbs, malls and hospitals have seen the rat infestation growing rapidly. The same is happening in Durban. And in Cape Town, Premier Helen Zille was bitten by a rat during the week. Zelda Hudson may have the solution. She's from the Endangered Wildlife Trust's Birds of Prey program. Thanks very much for joining us this afternoon. I mean, it seems rat infestation in cities is becoming worse. Are the conventional methods that we've been using all this time actually working?
They're actually not working. The reason for that is, rat infestations are caused by not the proper management of waste food. Those management procedures are not in place. So obviously people are littering, they're not actually putting their food into the dustbins, they're leaving it next to the dustbins, and that obviously causes rat infestations because where there's waste food lying around, you're going to get rats. Now, conventional methods include poisons and traps. The reason why poisons aren't working so well anymore is because rats are actually becoming immune to some of the poisons.
So you're here to offer an alternative solution. What do you see as being the solution in this case?
For us, as the Endangered Wildlife Trust, specifically the Birds of Prey program, we would like to see the implementation of owl nest boxes. Because the barn owl is such a great biocontrol agent. It's the most effective biocontrol agent that you can find, just because of its particular adaptations, the way it actually syncs its biological cycle with prey availability. In other words, if there is a rodent plague, they will actually breed because there's prey available. So it's not like some other birds of prey where they only breed certain seasons. If there's a rodent plague, a barn owl will actually breed. So you can actually have barn owls throughout the year. But obviously they need the right environment to live in.
Okay, take us through what that kind of environment would be exactly.
Well, a barn owl is actually very closely associated with humans. They're used to humans, they're not that perturbed by humans around them and human activities around them. They're actually cavity nesting birds. So if they can't find suitable nests elsewhere, they will actually find a suitable nest in a building or in a recess of a building or in a roof. So what we would suggest is actually putting up owl box nests that we've actually got the plans for. We can make the plans available that you can build yourself. They can be distributed wherever there is a rodent problem, and these barn owls will actually take care of the rodent plague.
Well, I want to stop you right there and say, some of our viewers right now are listening to you and saying, there's no way I want an owl anywhere near me. Culturally, they're often associated with witchcraft.
Definitely.
And I mean, that's led to the poisoning of owls in many areas.
Yes.
How do we break that?
There's a lot of superstition and myths surrounding owls. The only way we can break through that is through education and awareness, which is what we do through the Birds of Prey program of the Endangered Wildlife Trust. We do presentations, we talk to schools, we talk to interested parties, interested groups, we distribute pamphlets, booklets, that type of thing, to try and dispel these myths about owls. Because they are such lovely birds. To have these beautiful birds poisoned for no reason, valid reason whatsoever, is actually a very sad situation. But the problem also is they get secondary poisoning, because they actually eat the rodents. Because what happens with the poison is that it actually stays in the rodent's system. It's actually a functioning rodent because they don't die immediately. It can sometimes take up to 10 days for a rodent to die from poison. So in the meantime, that is a functioning rodent. An owl will go and catch that rodent and ingest the poison. And the same way that a rodent would die from internal bleeding because of the poison, the owl will also die in the same way.
Zelda, we're looking at pictures of what I think is an owl box.
That's right,
in
yes.
An owl box. Now, we looked also at the pictures a little earlier of someone installing one. There we have
That's
them
right,
again.
Yes.
How labour-intensive and expensive is that exercise?
You can buy owl boxes ready-made. They can be quite expensive. That's why we recommend to make your own, because you can use pine wood, you can use wood glue. there's really not a lot to building an owl nest box. If you do it yourself, it's a very viable opportunity. You can actually do something like that instead of spending thousands on poisons to get rid of rodents.
And just give us an idea of where we can get hold of these plans that you've spoken about to actually
You can
build an
actually
owl
get
box.
it from me. You can look on our website, which is www.ewt.org.za. My email address is on the website, so people can contact me at any time and I can distribute the plans to them.
Do you need particular kinds of boxes for particular types of
yes,
owls?
yeah. You've got the spotted eagle owl that you find in the urban areas as well as your barn owl, and they use 2 different types of boxes, and we've got plans for both.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for talking to us
Thank
this
you, Jane.
afternoon, Zelda. Let me just give you that address again, that website address, www.ewt.org.za, and that's where you'll be able to find the plans for the owl boxes, 2 types of owl boxes, I believe, depending on the kind of owl that you may want to attract to your yard.